Good morning, Lagos. Good morning, Nigeria. Welcome to Monday's edition of The Conversation here on Lagos Television. I am Abimbola Bello.
Good morning. I am Ajibola Ojeshola.
Good morning and welcome. I am Joy Olu.
Good morning, everyone. I am Adibimpe Omotayo.
February is also running. It's the last week, of course, in the month of February. And again, we're moving. How was your weekend?
It was good. I rested well and I
absolutely.
enjoyed some bit of football, even though my club...
They fumbled. Use the
Oh,
word.
honestly.
They fumbled.
We should have won that match, but
It is what it is.
1 point is better than nothing. And
It's a consolation.
for this season, I'm rooting for Arsenal to win the Premiership trophy.
Did you just say that?
Yes.
I don't trust you, Ajibola.
Yes, I'm serious.
So now
I'm
you've
serious.
admitted that it's possible they can actually win.
Well, it's now up to them, Abimbola, after 22 years. It used to be 7 or 9 points. Now it is 2. Okay, it is 5. And Man City is going to play one of their remaining matches during the week. So if they win, the point will be reduced to 2.
5 points. I mean, 2 points is still too small to win.
And you know Guardiola, once it catches up.
Well, let's see how this pans out. Adebimpe, how was your weekend?
It was very quiet, but very busy at the same time. I had a lot of sorting out to do, clearing out of things, clearing out of food, clearing out. I was busy, yeah, but it was quiet.
But there was no party.
There's
no way.
Ramadan now.
I don't party during
Enjoy.
Ramadan. I don't.
My weekend was full of drama. Yeah. I dismissed my support staff. She was so rude. I had to let her go.
Finally.
So that girl finally had to let her go.
About time.
Because it looked like that girl was beginning to
You can't have
just...
two captains in a ship.
What?
You can't have two captains in a ship.
It's not possible. No, so the truth is she wanted to go. So she just had to do everything for you to make her go.
Yes.
That's how they behave. Once they know that you can't be a good girl and stay now. So they'll just misbehave so that they can be left off the hook. Okay. My weekend, comme ça, I was just there. Like, I think I was here yesterday for the Ramadan lecture, but Saturday...
You came with it, no? You came with it.
Big with Banfa. They had to tag along. And you know, Saturday we went to pay my sister-in-law a visit. She had her son had a baby, and they kept asking, "Why is this baby pink?"
What did you tell them?
They said she's a newborn.
Still fresh.
How did she get pregnant? Just question. You see, the way we get to that bridge, we will cross it. Let's leave that conversation for now. Children, we always be children anyways. All right, let's begin the show this morning by taking our news points for today. Ajibola, let's start with you.
Okay, we are starting from the nation's capital, Abuja. FCT polls. Wike attributes victory to Tinubu's dividends of democracy. This weekend. The Federal Capital Territory, FCT Minister Nyesom Wike on Sunday commended President Bola Tinubu for the peaceful conduct of Saturday's FCT Area Council elections. Wike said the outcome of the election has shown to Nigerians that the ruling party and the real that there is a ruling party and the real opposition party in the country. In a special broadcast on national television and radio stations on Sunday, the minister said the peaceful conduct of the election was a testament to the commitment of the people of the FCT to democracy and good governance. Wike, who said the election further exposed the hypocrisy of people who go about buying corn and groundnuts from roadside sellers for the purpose of campaign just to deceive Nigerians, adding that the residents of FCT demonstrated that they cannot be deceived by emergency Democrats who have chosen not to see anything good in our country. The minister appreciated President Bola Tinubu for the development he has brought to the FCT, saying the election is a reflection of the president's vision and leadership and a testimony that the renewed hope agenda has brought optimism and confidence to the people of the FCT. According to the broadcast, the peaceful conduct of the election is a testament to the commitment of Mr. President to democracy. To all the candidates who participated in the election, I commend your belief in our democracy. Your participation is a proof of your commitment to ensuring that the voice of the minority is heard, and when it is the majority that will always have their way. Most especially, I congratulate the All Progressive Congress, APC, and the PDP for their victories. This election has indeed shown that Nigerians now know the ruling party and the real opposition party. Let me just end it there. So, honestly, I really do not...
PDP
now.
Okay, just
his party won one seat.
But he's working for APC.
Just checking. Okay.
And now he's attributing to the PDP.
Good work of Mr. President.
No. The PDP as the real opposition party,
opposition,
and all others are nowhere to be found. You know, on Saturday, somebody asked a question as, in what capacity was Nyesom Wike monitoring the
election?
And I said, don't you know that he's the governor
Of the FCT.
He's the governor of the
He's the
FCT.
governor.
So if he wants to move, let him move. And after all, it is not a governorship election. It is area council.
Area council,
It was monitoring the election. So, Nyesom Wike, I don't even know how he got to the level where he would go on national television. Are you INEC? The man is just in a world of his own.
Honestly.
He's enjoying himself. He's working. And I think that's the beauty of it, the fact that he's working in Abuja. You know, if he wasn't working, a lot of people would have called him out. But then a lot of people also attribute the fact that Abuja is changing, a lot of development coming to Abuja, a lot of roads being fixed. But let him just sit down and concentrate on his job. Well, maybe now that, you know, the area councils have their chairman, maybe, you know, it will be better, or it will be cooler for Nyesom Wike to sit down and face governance. Other than that, I think he's just having a good time.
He's having a good time, and of course, Mr. President also commended him for the good work that he's doing.
He took that to the bank. That one is bankable.
Any day. So it was 5 against 1, and I was surprised ADC did not put up any impressive showing in that election.
You know that two of their that ADC right now, there's some quiet there. You know, two of their main guys are cooling off. Abaka Malami and Nasir El-Rufai.
Like I always say, going by the name of our party, you know, when you say somebody's an ADC to a governor, to a president, where do they always stand? It's always at the back.
Ajibola, you said that. That's not me. Okay, let's take the second story this morning. NNPC, NUPRC fear financial squeeze after Tinubu's order. The story says fresh questions, concerns and uncertainty have deepened at the oil and gas agencies affected in the executive order directing immediate reallocation of oil and gas revenues to the Federation account for onward distribution among the 3 tiers of government. The Punch gathered on Sunday that the directive, which effectively holds the retention of certain internally generated revenues by agencies in the sector, has sparked deep concerns within the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, and the Board on Management of the Midstream and Downstream Gas Infrastructure Fund. The uncertainty, according to industry operators and experts, centers on the absence of a clearly defined alternative funding model for the NUPRC to meet its statutory obligations following the reallocation of oil and gas royalties to the Federation account. They also rejected a possible solution of conventional budgetary funding and approval through the National Assembly, insisting that such a move would undermine NUPRC's operational independence and efficiency. They noted that relying on annual budget approvals and capital releases from the Ministry of Finance could expose the regulator to bureaucratic delays, political pressures, and funding uncertainties that may weaken its ability to carry out core oversight, monitoring, and enforcement functions in the upstream sector. The sources also noted that questions persist over how the government intends to sustain and improve the country's reserve replacement ratio, particularly as the financing framework for frontier exploration activities remain unclear. Let me just read this last paragraph. The PIA Act Section 12 of the PIA 2021 Act empowers the Commission to appoint staff and determine their terms and conditions of service, including remuneration, allowances, and benefits. The Act mandates that these packages be designed to ensure the Commission can recruit and retain highly skilled personnel. Well, that's the thrust of the story. We all remember that last week, Mr. President had issued an executive order asking that most of the agencies, including the 3 mentioned here, should remit their monies into the Federation account. Now they are kicking and they are saying, why must we do that? You think the president doesn't know that you should do that? So again, I think things like this will just open your eyes, and you begin to raise questions as to why can't you give a budget? What's so special about your agencies that you can't also present an annual budget? And you're saying bureaucracy. You are there. Why should there be bureaucracy? If these things are done like they should be done, once you're carrying your budget to the National Assembly, everything is laid out. And then you know that year in, year out, you submit your budget. But now you want to have fiat and spend everything as it comes.
Eat your cake and have it.
I'm beginning to smell some rats because, Mr. President already gave an executive order. And why are you
will they kick against it?
Yeah.
Will they say they will not do it?
They dare not. They dare not. Except they found another job elsewhere.
So who appointed the headship of those places? You don't comply. You go.
Just go before the National Assembly, present your budgets.
I mean, you cannot. So what is budget? Budget is your year, what you intend to spend. So you can actually now do your miscellaneous. Your miscellaneous should be able to carry you for the year, and then you can embark on any project you want to embark on. So the PIA Act actually empowers you to fix your salaries, to do every other thing. So who's checking you?
Nobody. You don't want to be checked.
It's okay.
Okay, let's move to the next story. Nigeria wins $6.2 million arbitration case against European tech giant. Nigeria won a $6.2 million arbitration case against European Dynamics UK Limited, an international technology contractor, following a dispute between the firm and the Bureau of Public Procurement, BPP. This is contained in a statement by Kamaruddin Ogundele, a senior assistant on communication and publicity to the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi. The ministry said that the European Dynamics UK Limited, an international technology contractor, had entered into a dispute with the BPP over a national e-procurement project. It's noted that the ruling, which is final and not subject to appeal, was dismissed by Funmi Roberts, the sole arbitrator, when the tribunal sat at the International Center for Arbitration and Mediation, Abuja. The tribunal dismissed the contractor's claims in their entirety, relieving Nigeria of potential financial exposure estimated at over $6.2 million, which is approximately 9.3 billion naira in claimed payment and damages. The European Dynamics UK Limited had claimed approximately $2.4 million for alleged milestone completions, $3 million in general damages, and an additional $800,000 settlement claims. It added that the Director General of the BPP, Adebowale Adedokun, inherited a stalled technology project together with ongoing arbitration proceedings upon resumption in office. Prior to Mr. Adedokun's appointment, there had been discussions around an out-of-court settlement, but the Bureau, however, elected to continue with the arbitral process, maintaining that payments must be tied strictly to demonstrable value delivered. It is very, very, very long read. But what are we talking about here? There's a contract, from Nigeria to the said company in the UK, and they're supposed to deliver an platform for the Bureau of Public Procurement. This particular company did not finish, or they did not even go as agreed. They didn't even start, and they want money, and they had been holding Nigeria to ransom. And this particular head of the DG of the Bureau of Public Procurement said, no, we will go to court. Maybe you sued us, we will go to court. He said most times they have always won such cases, and you know they thought Nigeria would be afraid to go. So okay, let's go to court. But Nigeria won. Well done, Mr. Adedokun. Well done. Good for Nigeria.
It's a norm, you know. These things, when people like they size you up.
They size you up, yeah.
And then they assume that you know
you
they
want
can
to settle out of court.
you know, it happened in the FID case as well.
Yes.
That Nigeria was also awarded. So if you think that you want to change us and then take us to an international court, you will meet us there. Joy, let's take your
The
story.
Lagos State government applauds Juheshu for suspending strike. The Lagos State government on Sunday commended the state chapter of the Joint Health Sector Unions for its decision to suspend its 3-month industrial action, describing the development as a demonstration of goodwill and shared responsibility towards safeguarding public healthcare services in the state. The Commissioner for Establishment and Training, Afolabi Ayontayo, appreciated Juheshu for embracing dialogue and constructive engagement in resolving outstanding issues. The chairman of the union, Lagos State Chapter Adelaja Gbadamosi, confirmed the suspension of the strike. He noted that the move was preceded by the intervention of the State House of Assembly and government executives at a meeting on Friday. And I quote, he says, "We're given that confidence by the Speaker of the House that all our demands will be attended to, and they pleaded with us to suspend the strike." And he says that by Monday, they're going to have a memorandum of understanding and an agreement. So they have suspended the strike. The commissioner said that there was a consensus at the meeting to sustain discussions while the union convenes its Congress to formally communicate the resolutions reached and restore normalcy across public healthcare facilities in the state. The commissioner also reaffirmed the state government's commitment to addressing the union's demand for enhanced welfare benefits in line with established regulations and within agreed timelines. The report is self-explanatory, but the story is that they have suspended the 3-month strike, and I really like that the state government is, swung into action to address this issue on time.
3 months is a whole lot of time to have been on strike, especially for medical workers. But thank God, But again, we must not lose sight of the fact that I guess them calling up that strike is not because all of the demands have been met. Maybe some, or promissory notes given to them. It will now behove on government to ensure that they do the needful.
So that an MOU will be signed. It's not by signing.
Joy, let's just tow the path of Abimbola. It is one thing for you to promise.
It's another thing.
It is another thing for you entirely to keep to the timeline of that promise. 3 months for me was such a long time because that particular sector is very, very sensitive.
Very.
And I can imagine what patients would have gone through for 3 months. So now the assembly has intervened. The government should also do the needful. Please. Right.
Okay, let's go to the X platform this morning and take a look at one of the many trending stories on the platform. Omoyele Sowore is trending on the X platform this morning. And you need to see the way every single police officer and PROs and the way they have retweeted or re-X'd this particular message this morning, of the court barring Omoyele Sowore from going further to say anything bad or to, say anything disparaging against the IGP. And, he's more or less like, okay, now that he's been barred from, saying things about the IGP, who's the next person he's going to go to? Because he has done to Mr. President. He has done to IGP. So who's the next person? Sowore would latch on and start saying things about the person. Because I really do not know what exactly this is all about or why you would continue calling up people. Of course, yes, there might be high-handedness, there might be a lot of things, but they're also doing their jobs. So you can't like we always say, freedom of speech
It's not
is not
absolute.
absolute. You can't continue to be unruly, and you think that you have a field day. It's not possible. That's why the courts are there, and that's why oftentimes we test the court. And sometimes the court will hand down judgment, and you'll not be happy about it. But that should be the way to go. So nobody is saying you cannot criticize, but can you criticize meaningfully, and not just about trying to bring down the personality of an individual?
Yeah, criticism is part of democracy, and you know, the kind of language that you use when you are criticizing people also is very, very important. And you know, let's flip the coins now. If Sowore is the president or the IGP, would he allow people to talk to him himself in that manner? Absolutely not.
You won't remember. You won't remember. And
But I'm just thinking, if it wasn't Sowore, if it was just an ordinary citizen, would they have picked him up?
perhaps if he was that vocal, and if he was that unruly, and you know, there's another word, continuous, because he was just doing, you know, and you know, they had even tried to warn him even before then to stop and all of that, but he kept at it. I think, you know, the cyber law, the cyber crime law, a lot of people are putting it to test now. A lot of people are small thing, you hear cyber bullying, small thing. Yes,
you saw what's her name again did with it, this actress Mercy Johnson.
Mercy Johnson. Oh yes, a lot of them are doing it, you know, so again it just means that everybody needs to just behave yourself. Let's respect one another. The social media you think does not have eyes, or they will fish you out. You will just be there. So let's see how this will pan out at the end of the day. Ajibola, did you call Chelsea immature?
No. No.
I deliberately said that too. The person that wrote it, go and correct it.
Yes,
he didn't say immature, even though he was rooting for Arsenal. But he didn't say.
I only said they did not play well, and I was disappointed.
Oh, there's a difference between disappointed and immature.
Cybercrime law, please.
Don't say what I did not say.
All right.
Unless you find yourself where you are not going to like.
Okay, that's the much you take on the opening segment of the program this morning. We'll take a quick break. When the conversation returns, we'll be turning our searchlight.
Cybercrime law.
Malam Nasir El-Rufai this morning. So that conversation, I'm sure you don't want to miss it. It is after this break.